All right. Welcome to episode 50.
50. 50. We were born in, how long ago was 50 years ago? We turned 50 today.
You okay?
Okay.
Yeah, 50th episode. And pretty proud of that because we haven't really missed a week since we started.
Doing good.
Doing
50th
awesome.
episode.
It's December 6th.
2021. 2 days after your birthday.
My man, good job.
Yeah, you're welcome. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Saturday.
Big plans.
Yeah, he's working the market. Dedication.
It's just another day.
Yeah, it's just another day. I don't celebrate birthdays either.
But, yeah, busy weekend.
Yeah, well, before we do that, you should go to our website.
Yeah.
And use code podcast.
To get 20% off.
To get 20% off, because now is the time. There's shipments out the door. We sold out of bitter milk last weekend.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's okay, though, because we can get it quickly. Yeah, we went through like 5 cases of bitter milk in 3-4 days, something along those lines.
Yeah, it was like 3 days.
Yeah. It's nuts. And
You're going to wear that jacket for the whole episode because
Yeah.
your beard scratching it is already driving me nuts.
Do I need to take it off? How about I unzip it?
Maybe. I'll leave it up to you.
It's my puffy jacket. I'll unzip it.
It looks comfortable.
It is comfortable. And it's wintertime.
Chilly.
You can also go to our YouTube page and watch stuff. I sometimes forget that that we're audio only on the podcast. Like the actual, if you're getting this from a podcasting app.
Yeah, it's audio only.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that so I'm going to try and be better about, hey, this is look at this, and I know that you can't look at, so we'll start describing what we're looking at.
Sure.
It's like my jacket. I'm wearing a puffy Patagonia jacket. It's really warm, so I'm going to take it off.
So we have stuff and things to talk about.
Tell them how they save 20%.
We already did. You save 20% by using the code podcast
That's right.
and buying stuff at our store.
Yeah. Bitter milk. We sold like 3 or 4.
It's Groundhog Day again, folks.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
No, all in good fun.
We're going to do ad reads this time. And we'll start with domgotaphoto.com. You can go there and get some holiday prints.
Spruce up the wall in your office or your house or your kitchen or your man cave.
Yeah, get that gift for that guy that you don't know what to buy him, but he likes deer. Dom's got him. And he's also got calendars over there now. And if you go get a calendar, you get to all the month of January, you get to look at Whiskey and Whitetails and read our quote for the month.
That's right. That's your favorite picture. We picked it.
We did.
And you can use code whiskey.
Yep, save 20%.
Save 20% off of some awesome photography prints.
And my tripod is on the way from Gun Monkey's Armory.
Gun Monkey's Armory, that's right.
Yes, which you can also use code whiskey.
I was cruising them's websites the other day.
You should get you a tripod. We'll try mine out, and then
I'll try it out.
Yeah.
I was looking for a rifle for Gavin.
Oh yeah, they've got them.
They do. Supplying America.
with their firearm needs. And then since it's the holiday, can we say Christmas?
Say what the fuck we want. It's our podcast.
There we go. Since it's, I don't know why people, I've never understood that, why people say happy holidays or Xmas. I know that, I'm sure it has something to do with religion, but
I'm sure.
Anyway.
What does it matter?
Happy Xmas holiday Christmas. I don't care. So happy
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa?
Yes. Yeah, it is Kwanzaa now, or Hanukkah. It's Hanukkah, right?
Oh man.
I don't know.
Are we terrible for that? I don't.
Yeah, I don't religion. The cigar, if you go to our website, we just released Trevor released through us, a new cigar sampler. And I think it's called it's like getting...
The bodybuilder?
Bodybuilder, that's what it was.
I didn't understand why.
I think it's the body of the cigar.
The body of the cigar, it builds up to
it. It builds up. He described, he did a article on the thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, okay. Which I'm guessing it's out by now. I'm gonna go look. But If you go to smallbatchcigar.com, you can use code whiskey and save money as well and pick up that sampler or the original Whiskey and Whitetail sampler that Trevor did. But if you're new to cigar smoking or know someone that is that wants to get into it or they like cigars and this would be fun for them to do, we have a step-by-step program to guide you through cigars, and it's absolutely free.
Free.
You got to pay for the cigar, and we get no kickbacks on that cigar sampler.
Something Trevor and the shop put together, I think, and it's pretty cool.
It's super cool. And then riverbrothers.com, you can use code whiskey to save money there on your outdoor apparel. And then if you go to Snoot Glass, you can use WWT20 to get 20% off. It does not include the new crystal glass that they sent us, but because it's like a new prototype thing. Honestly, I was wondering because they're cheap, and I was like, how are they selling these and giving 20% off?
Yeah.
But they're not.
They're not.
You can use it on other things on there.
Cool.
And we were only mentioning those things. Those other things are not sponsors. We're just hooking you up with discount codes. We discussed it last episode. We'll probably do it again next episode, and then that'll be the end of that.
The end of that.
The end of that. So I'm done with this. Okay. So now it's time to pick a number. We are continuing the worst whiskey of 2021. You pick a number. Okay. I'm just going to
6.
Grab it. If you pick 6, what would be a fun number to have next to 6?
9.
Yes. We are doing 6 and 9.
God, we're children.
Children. You can have that one. I put my fingers all over it.
Thanks. Preach.
You're welcome. So if you're new here, this part of the podcast we just started doing is the worst whiskey of 2021. Gus and I went and decided to take all the bottles that we have that we don't drink because we don't like them, or people given to us because they don't like it and we also don't like it. Then we poured them into these blind bottles here.
And put them in a face-off challenge thing to fight for their way back onto the shelf for next year.
Fight night. But
need a sound for that.
Yeah. Fight night. Dun, dun, dun. So you have one whiskey we will probably agree one is worse than the other, which last week we did not. Last week we paper, rock, scissors it.
Yep. And we were going to put them both away, but then realized that we would have not an even number for them to go back up against one another in the next round. So
is that right? Is that why we did?
I thought so. Maybe I just thought that in my head. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how many are gonna, I didn't do that math. I have no idea, but
whatever.
Yeah. So we're going to now drink these and then pick which one is the worst. And then that goes into the pile for the worst whiskey of 2021. And then we get to drink it again at a face-off and decide this is the worst whiskey of 2021.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, because we had to have... We didn't want both to go in there because we would have an uneven number.
We don't want to have to drink them again.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just didn't do it.
Let's just get to drinking.
So we're going to do 6 first?
Yes.
Let's do 6 first.
Ooh, that one's light. That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
There's a few in the...
Oh. God, it sucks, dude. I hate this. You people are welcome. Man, it's terrible.
What the
God,
fuck is that?
I hate this. I don't like this. Okay. On the nose, I'm getting bullshit and clay.
Regret?
Is it clay? You smell like potting clay?
I don't know what potting clay smells like.
This? There's no fruit there. That's just like...
There's ethanol and...
potting clay. I hope this is a nice one that people like. That would be fun. And again, never mind.
I'm trying to be...
I really don't get anything other than potting, like soil.
Like I'm drinking these, and I know that they're stuff that we haven't drank much of, and because we didn't like it, I'm trying to be open-minded about it. Maybe I'll like it again, or maybe it's... But legitimately, like, there's just... I don't know.
Maybe hickory smoke. Maybe some hickory. Maybe is it hickory? Yeah, hickory has like that really dark smoke smell to it.
I'd like to know the mash grain of whatever this is, because I get a tiny bit of malted barley.
There are no scotches in there.
No, I know there's not, but
not that means that scotch. I was just saying there are no scotches in there for people wondering.
Cool. The finish on that is warm. And oh man, there's like a orange fruity weirdness at the end.
I taste like body odor, maybe.
This reminds me of almost like a liqueur. Like it's got something else in it that I don't know.
Could be a finished whiskey.
I think it is, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. It definitely tastes better than it smells, but it does not taste good.
I'm gonna do my T chart over here.
Oh yeah, I forgot the T chart.
6.
6 9. 3 6 9. Damn, oh damn, I wrote 3. Idiot. 6 9. 6 9. So 6. I said soil and bullshit is what I said. Soil and bullshit. And then on the taste, I get slight BO. Hickory.
That bad?
The hickory.
All right.
Long finish.
Not a fan, obviously.
Well, I mean,
That was to be that was understood.
All right. This almost clear one. Oh.
What is that?
I don't know.
What
That
is
doesn't
that?
smell super bad. This smells kind of fruity, a little. But it's like a weird fruit. It's not
I'm not getting much on the nose.
like none of these that we picked. I'm guessing none of them are going to have the typical bourbon notes to them.
Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have had an issue with it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. This has like when you smell sherry,
Yeah.
not like the sweetness, but the weird kind of like tinge that sherry has. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that. Like it has like a wine, you know?
Yeah. A fermented type.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
It's just like a grape or I don't know. It has just like this. It doesn't
kind
smell.
of a mustiness.
I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't smell like wine. It has, but it reminds me of wine when I smell it. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Not much there. That's just hot, gross. You okay?
Yeah, that one almost made me gag.
I almost puked on the
one
Basil
last week.
Hayden toast. Yeah.
That was weird.
I'm going to try that again.
Nope, not me. No way.
No way.
No way.
It's
Whose whiskey's that? Not
my
mine.
way. Who put them stairs? Who put them Glens there? Show me. Damn it, I can't remember. It's like walk down me on the runway.
Walk down me on the runway. Nah, I'm not. Can't remember.
Damn, I can't remember. That's not. We could probably play that. That's
Mr.
not.
Balloon Hands.
We could probably play that. That's not copyrighted.
Mr. Glencairn Hands.
Mr. Glencairn Hands. We should remake that. What was it called? Something with cups.
Drinking out of cups.
Drinking out of cups. Yeah, I'm gonna play that while I drink this and then pull out the book. We don't have to play the whole thing.
643. Yeah, right.
If you've never heard
What
of
does
this
this guy
before.
think he's an Indian? Was he a goddamn asshole? What the fuck is he doing? Not ever.
No way.
No way.
Yeah. All right. I haven't heard it in so long, and times change, so I'm afraid there'd be something offensive in there.
Yeah, or it's just not funny like it was.
Oh, yeah, it could just not be funny. So 9, there's just not a lot there.
There's
some burn.
Yeah, 9 is a hard no for me. I'm not even writing any notes. It's just a hard no. If you made me choose one of the two, I would choose this.
Let's do the old,
but reluctantly.
The old Glen for life. You have to drink one of these two or be sober.
I'd be sober.
Same.
I'd take up something else.
But six would be. I agree
know
with
some
you.
good rums. I know something else. I'll take another.
There's just nothing there. I taste absolutely nothing other than heat.
It's just not good, man.
It smells like shitty wine and has no taste.
I can't wait to see what these are.
All right. Number 6. Oh, no. Number 6 was Balcones.
No way. Which one? Oh, okay.
The Texas bourbon. I feel a little bad about that, but I don't. Number 9 was the Gaolong.
I knew it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I had a weird.
I forgot that was in there.
I had a weird feeling, man, when I smelled it, and then
This is the Gaolong.
my spidey senses were telling me that was my whiskey senses.
When I put this one in here, I almost was like, I probably shouldn't, because I have a feeling this will be the worst whiskey of 2021.
Think so?
So we may have to do. We'll see. Right.
I mean, if it is, it is. That's how it goes.
I know, but it's just nobody's ever heard of it.
Well, now they have, and they can avoid it ever.
Yeah, don't buy this.
Ever.
But I think, I guess that goes back on the show. Is this a single barrel? No.
No.
What's I say? Yeah. So Balcones is saved.
Yeah, this is a surprise.
Yeah. I don't drink a lot of it, and I just don't like
I don't
it.
either. I
Could
will
be an
tell you
off bottle.
it could be an off bottle. I do know that, like, the baby blue,
Yeah.
I do like that one.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
But
I mean, these things were not picked because I wanted to. They were picked because I wanted them gone. You know?
I know.
But
That was fun.
well, there's that. So now we have to, unfortunately. I don't know that I want to drink those. Check. Blind pours.
Check.
Do we want to drink that or want to drink something else?
I 100% want to drink something else. I'll finish drinking this Buffalo Trace I didn't finish earlier.
I
So
got
I
an
can hand
idea.
you something?
There's a store pick behind you that we haven't had yet that was given to us by Rocco Besenjek. Besenjek is how you say it?
The Knob Creek?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is it Besenjek?
I can never say it.
Every time he says it, I'm like, that's right. And then I forget.
Then you fuck it up again.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll open that in a minute. Before that, I wanted to go ahead and get the plug of the week out of the way.
With my hands.
Oh, this is the fuck cancer one too. Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. I'm excited for that one. As the apothecary. All right. I wanted to do the plug of the week.
Can I introduce? I didn't mean to just check my phone. I'm trying not to do that on the show, but this is appropriate for our podcast.
Who showed me that? Somebody showed me that last night.
Oh, really?
I don't remember
My
who.
wife just showed it to me.
Yeah, that is funny.
It's a picture of a freezer full of meat, and it says Disney proudly presents Bambi on ice.
Yes.
That's how we like it.
I don't like Bambi, but
Well, whatever. It's meat, brother.
Bambi's dead on ice. So last week was the first week of doing this. We had the plug of the week, and
That's right.
this can literally be anything that we want it to be.
It's our show. It's whatever we have come across or seen that we like and we want to tell you about.
So I came across this. It's 2 clips.
Okay.
One is a minute and 33 seconds long, which we may or may not go through the whole thing. It's
Okay.
not really anybody talking. But the guy's name is Dan Green.
Related?
Yes. I have no idea. I don't think so. Could be. I hope so. I hope so. But I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but I frequented the racetrack coming up, and they had something called an appliance race, where in the appliance they would strap in a refrigerator or a stove to the car, and then you had to race.
Yep.
So this was a circle track, but they would do like this crosshatch, so you had to cross each other.
Yeah, I've
So
seen
they have
races like
Circle 8 tracks for other types of races.
that. Okay.
And this is another type of race that I don't think I've ever heard of before, but it makes perfect sense, and I love it. So
I'll tell you about something afterwards.
All right, they're coming through. Oh, he forgot. It's a figure 8.
they're trailers.
Here we go.
What?
Who's going to go through it first?
It's a bunch of trucks
Oh,
Do they
towing
stop?
trailers.
Oh, they slow down. Okay.
Yeah, well, at first, this is the first lap.
Pussy. Oh, there goes one.
And
So-
the 0-1 gets demolished,
So-
and we've got a mess in the middle.
For those just listening, it's a figure 8 track and a bunch of trucks
Oh.
towing like campers, like camper
There goes
trailers.
the Ford Explorer. Around he goes. Around and round he
And
goes.
they are just slamming into each other. But as we get like into here, where they
Thank
all
you.
start coming back, it starts to get wild right here.
All right, we've got them every which way. We got one guy going through the middle in the stressed out racing, the 63. Oh, look out, look out, look out, look out.
This announcer must have a
Oh,
blast.
baby, there's a tire rolling
I think this would be
around.
it. There's a tire rolling around.
Do you think this guy's
Ow!
announcing, sitting up there just
And they hit
slamming natty
head-on.
lights?
You know he is.
61, the 31
Yeah.
of Jeff Tenure, and the L49.
Oh, destroyed it. Oh, my
Are
God.
you
Drive-
kidding me?
Just drives right through it.
Wow. Wow! What do you think of that?
It's like
Rockford
somebody
Speedway?
saw that, and then for the rest of the race, it's just a bunch of people also doing that.
Yeah.
So this is the final lap, and this is 32 seconds or so.
We'll see what's going to happen here. Dan Green's still driving that 60T truck.
Look how messy.
Ben
Dude, there's
Postic
debris
is.
everywhere.
It looks like a tornado.
This has to be the final
they go.
thing of
He's
the
just
night
trying to
because there's
run
nothing
from
else you
him.
can race after this.
And he's
Absolutely
now
not.
hooked on the trailer. Will he spin him around? Nope, he lost him. Oh, Dan Green goes into the pits.
Goes into the pits, and he loses. He got second place, I guess.
So,
But if you're not first, you're last.
That's right. So when my dad was stationed in England, we discovered by accident a racetrack.
Yeah.
And we were going to go to this racetrack and see British like dirt track racing. We're like, that's cool. It's an American thing to do. So we found this track. It was like 20 minutes from where we lived, and we just kind of made a thing where Dad and I would go do like, guy stuff, and we'd stop and get some fish and chips. Still yet to find a place that does it like there.
Have you been
Codfather's the closest.
Closest, all right.
But not the same.
Not close. Yeah.
And then we would go set up and back up to next to the wall and the fence, and we'd watch these races. And they start off each night with smaller cars, and they work their way up.
Yeah.
And so you have Mini Coopers, like the British tiny little Mini Coopers, and they gut them, soup up the engine, and they race them. And they start with kids, like kids racing, kind of like go-kart racing, but it's these minis. And they move up to another class of minis where the engines are bigger and it's adults. Bigger cars all the way up. And they call it the banger racing, because rubbing is racing, and it's highly encouraged.
Yeah.
You're bumping into people, you're moving people out the way, you're doing what you got to do to win. But the last couple races of the night are these bigger vehicles, big full-size vans and station wagons and whatever. And every single one of those, they raced to win, right? And you're banging each other, you're knocking each other out the way. But once you're done, once you cross the finish line,
Yeah.
it becomes an immediate derby.
You can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. So, like, more often than not, what you see is the first couple that get across the finish line are well enough ahead that they just get to a turn and they just flip it around and they just start going head. And when I say they're going down the straightaway head on at each other,
What?
and like old beat up cars, some of them not with 3-point harnesses.
Yeah.
Dude, it's wild.
TBI City.
Totally. Like, dudes getting out of there just ears ringing for weeks, I'm sure. It was wild. But it was fun, dude. And British
That would be
people
fun to
love
watch.
it.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah. I would be down to go. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
And it was close, too. Like, not safe at all.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like,
Part of that
these
video.
two vehicles are running at each other, probably not getting more than 50, 60 miles an hour on this short backstretch, but still colliding 15 feet from me with nothing but a fence and I don't know.
Well, part of that video, he's like, if you were in turn 4, you should get down off step back, But
Yeah, that was wild. That's immediately what that reminded me of.
That's
but
funny.
a figure 8, that's wild.
yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun to see in person, but that track is a absolute mess.
If you are a figure 8 camper puller racer,
Race car driver,
we'd be
yeah.
interested in sponsoring.
Dan Green.
Yeah, Dan Green, we'd be interested
Yeah.
in sponsoring you.
So, plug of the week to Dan Green. Thank you for
great
that
plug of the week.
entertainment. What is next? I'm going to save the random fact for the end, probably.
Okay. I found that today.
I like it.
We can do a different one if you want.
No,
but
I like that.
I just brought down some random topics we can talk about. We don't have to talk about them.
I did want to discuss the hunter safety education course.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll just get it in and get it out, and then we're not gonna dwell on the subject.
No, I came across an article, and as somebody with kids, as someone who likes some kids, but
Careful.
more,
You know what?
more than any of that, we value human life.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're gonna hunt with your kids, if you're gonna hunt with anybody, just practice some damn gun safety. Every state has a hunter safety and education course. Every single state has it. Most of them are offered online now. If you can't get easy access to that, the NRA has gun safety courses. Saw a story this past week. A father accidentally killed his 11-year-old daughter. When I first saw the news article, it was actually before last week, and I was going to talk about it then, but I was waiting for more info to come out to figure out what the accident actually was. And this is a legit. It's an accident, and I feel really bad for that. I can't imagine being responsible for that. Makes my stomach turn just thinking about it. But to know that it was completely avoidable is even worse.
Yeah.
He thought that he had loaded a certain number of rounds into his rifle. He discharged the weapon, shooting a deer. Got back to the truck, unloaded what he thought was the remaining number of rounds, and when he was letting down the hammer to decock it, it slipped and it fired. There was still one in the chamber.
It's unbelievable.
Unfortunately, 11-year-old daughter died. The point being, it's tragic when anybody, doesn't matter what age, dies in an accident like that, but it's avoidable.
Especially if you're taking your daughter hunting, you should be, you should at least be more cognizant and aware of it. But yeah, we wanted to use that as not to bring it down, but to talk about the hunter safety education course. If you have not done it and you plan on getting in the woods, you should do it. Yeah. And it's also worth a refresher. Yeah, and a lot of people are, I've met folks who are older who get into hunting a little later in life. There's a funny name for them, but I can't remember what it is. But just get into hunting later in life, and they maybe were not raised around firearms, or maybe they're not prior law enforcement or military where they've sort of had it beat into their head. And even that doesn't ring true for everybody that's been law enforcement or military. I've seen some folks with that background who are wildly irresponsible with firearms. This is my triggers, my safety. And it's like, I get you, bro, but
but how about not around me? You know what?
That's why we don't take people to ranges.
And so it's one of those things. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but if he had treated that weapon, and I wasn't there, so I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it alone because I can't imagine what he's going through. But if he had treated the weapon like it was loaded all the time, regardless of whether it was not, which is one of the 4 or whatever, how many there are nowadays, rules of gun safety, always treat a weapon like it's loaded, it could have been prevented.
Yeah.
So sucks for his family. Sorry. I hope, I don't know what to say, but check out hunter safety courses, take a refresher if you need to, and let's prevent that kind of shit from happening. Yeah.
That's more or less where I wanted to go. I didn't want to go down the sad route.
Well, because we have this other one here where a hunter was shot in the leg during a deer drive. And it's
that
just
one's funny.
To me, that is funny because you got a bunch of adults mostly. And I don't know if you've ever been, and I'm not going to sit here and have a cultural conversation about culture and deer hunting and deer dogging and deer drives. But I can say from conversations with folks that doing a deer drive, and whether you're posting, whether you're driving, whatever it is you're doing, it is not uncommon for there to be beer involved.
Yeah.
And so it does not surprise me to hear that some guy, you winning?
Jesus, man.
For those that can't see, he is going to town trying to get this bottle open.
Teeth and stuff. Lord. There's like 4 layers of wax on this thing.
Rocco wanted us to really...
That's why he was really like, I don't feel like opening this. So I'm going to give it to you.
Here's a gift.
It's kind of like a rainbow party.
Yeah. Jeez. So anyways...
Nobody knows what that is. And if they do, it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be safe.
So we got a cool... Yeah, let's be safe. Be smart. Let's not have accidents.
So yeah, Rocco gave us this Knob Creek that we're not going to drink this other nasty stuff. It's a 120 proof. Ooh. It says, fuck cancer. The apothecary, your shot is ready. I don't really know the story behind it. And it doesn't have the group on it. But yeah, I think we can all agree, fuck cancer. And we haven't done a bottle pop in here in a hot minute. Let's do it. Let's do one.
Solid.
Yeah, that's a good one. I almost forgot how to do it. These new synthetic corks do wonders.
So some of them do. Some of them suck.
Yeah.
The ones that are synthetic, but they look real, the way they're made. Like those don't do well, but those that are just a solid, those do really good.
Chunk of synthetic.
Yeah. It's a cool bottle. I like the sticker.
We also have one more bottle to pop this episode that's a surprise that we're not even going to put it in the title or anything. You'll know when we get there.
Can we call it a celebration for our 50th episode?
That's exactly what it is. It's a celebration bottle for our 50th episode. So you will get to find out what that is, I don't know, later. Wow! Yeah. Wow.
All right, so I went and picked up my Freezer Queen the other day. got a freezer with some meat in it. Jessica and I were throwing some ideas around, some different things to try this year. What are some things that you've cooked in recent years with venison that you just like it was new in the last couple of years and you keep going back to?
Before I do that, I'm going to tell you what I want to do.
Okay.
The next time I get deers. And I'm not sure how to do it here. I think you'd have to like thinly slice it and then maybe bake it. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
But you know when they take those ham and cheese sandwiches, the little mini ones, and they put them in the pan and then they soak it with butter and poppy seeds and then put it in the oven and bake it?
Yeah, Jessica did that one year.
That with venison. I want to do that with venison and like a nice cheese, like a sharp Gouda or something.
Let's do it.
I want to do that.
We can use something that I got if you want. I got one of the back hams whole. We could slice that.
Yeah, okay. I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll make a video of it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll share the recipe.
Done
Show
deal.
exactly how to do it. But as far as
I would like to have more of that on the channel, more cooking stuff.
yeah, we can. We both enjoy cooking.
And whiskey.
Whiskey, whitetails, and
you
cooking.
can cook with whiskey. You can cook venison with whiskey. So
I'll tell you this. Some of this whiskey that's coming back, it will be my pan whiskey.
Yeah.
Because if you cook in a skillet, which I normally do, cast iron, and all the grime and stuff that's on it, it's hard to get out. If you pour like 3 or 4 ounces of whiskey in there,
just deglaze it, get the stuff off.
It takes it right off,
Yeah.
almost immediately.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Amazing stuff, and it smells pretty good. So that's probably what I'll use that for. But as far as my favorite kind of venison things, you cannot go wrong with the bacon wrapped.
Tenderloin?
Not tenderloin. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Oh, just the loin
The
roast?
backstrap, yeah.
Yeah, the backstrap.
Bacon wrap with that. But I'm I'm like cracked pepper and jalapenos and I'll eat it. So it's a lot of the stuff I don't. But I'm interested in the pot roast you made.
Yeah, so I did a pot roast with the front shoulder. And a lot of people throw that away. Like I've seen people with smaller deer. I've seen people field dress it and not even bother with it. Just leave it on the deer. And I'm just like, that and the neck, there's just a lot of good meat.
A lot of meat in the neck.
A lot of good meat in those areas. And I think when you take it to a processor, you probably miss out on some of that, which is why it sucks having one so close because it's really easy to give into the, the convenience of taking it there. But the rest of the deer this year, I will clean myself. And that's why, because I want more of that meat for that kind of stuff. I want to make some sausage this year.
The ribs, the tiny bit of meat in the ribs, like they don't do that there. Most of the ribs are just gone.
Yeah.
But some people would order like short ribs and they would just saw them off. I'm like, why? But throw that in an Instant Pot. It's pretty good. Yeah.
So that's basically what we did with that roast. We put it in a slow cooker.
Yep.
Braised it. Got it real, not braised it, but seared it on both sides and browned it, seasoned it, put it in the crock pot with some vegetables, and man.
Have you ever messed with a brine on a shoulder?
No, I have not.
Or a rear ham? Mm-mm. I think that we should try that.
A brine to turkey before.
Because brining and injecting might be like one of my favorite things to do.
I want to experiment with making some marinades with whiskey.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Something that I would like to play around with enough and get it locked in that maybe we can find a place to help us make and bottle it.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Would be.
The other one that I've done in previous years that I'm looking forward to doing is, I don't even know what the name of it is, but took garlic and pesto and Parmesan cheese, like fresh grated Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
And some other cheeses, seasonings, I forget what all it was. But you take, I guess it's butterfly. Where you start a little bit below halfway on the back strap and you cut, and as you cut, you roll it. So you end up with a sheet.
Yeah.
A meat sheet, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then you spread that stuff in there and roll it up and you tie it up. And then you sear all sides of it.
Yeah.
And you could probably do a reverse sear on it if you want, but you sear it really good in a pan and then bake it for a little bit. Phenomenal.
Let me give you a one up.
With some roasted potatoes.
One up on that.
Do it.
So one thing that I've learned in my life of cooking is that it's usually about the ingredients that you put in it. So you want to use fresh stuff. You don't use canned tomatoes. Go get some real tomatoes, chop them up.
Absolutely.
But here's something that I started doing. Take garlic, like the cloves of garlic, just leave them as they are, put a little bit of oil on them, and wrap them in aluminum foil and bake them.
Yeah.
And then that oil like soaks into the garlic and it cooks the garlic. So you pull it out and you just squeeze the cloves or whatever, and the actual garlic comes out.
Yeah.
Then you put that in, mix it with some herbs and spices, a little bit more oil, and then mash it up like with a fork into
I dip
like
crackers in that.
It's so freaking good. It takes the garlic to a next level because I love garlic and use a lot of it.
Yeah.
But doing that like oven roasted garlic, just taking care of your ingredients before you even use them as ingredients, you can go a long way. But that laid out with, because it's the pinwheel, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah. So when you cut it, it makes little pinwheels.
Yeah.
But it was so good, and the one that we did, it had a complimentary like balsamic glaze that you drizzled over it when it was done. Really, really good. Kids, kids aren't going to eat it because my oldest will. And Nolan's starting to explore a little bit.
You put like spinach in it or something?
Not that one.
Yeah. Just wondered.
Yeah. But there's all kinds of stuff like that. But that was really good. The usual stuff, just cutting up little, steaks and stuff like that. But I was just thinking if there's anything really new that you tried in the last couple of years that just stuck with you. But
so I've done that, and I did a lot of vegetable stir fries. I've become a big fan of infused butters.
Yeah.
So I have a curry infused butter.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Bro. So you put the butter in the skillet, and then you you put the vegetables in there, and as they start to get tender, I already cooked you cook the meat, like bake it or grill it or whatever you want, and then I will just chop it up and add it to it. So it's usually something that I do the next day. So if I make steaks and then I can't eat it all, chop up the steaks the next day, I throw it in there.
Yeah,
but that infused butter with vegetables, and they just soak that flavor up.
Yeah,
and then adding good cooked venison, because a lot of times meat to me tastes better the next day anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know why.
I agree. I will regularly cook a big roast, usually a beef roast or a pork roast on Sunday, and it's good. The next day, it's always better.
Those leftovers.
Put it all back in a pot and reheat it and let it simmer for a little bit. Get it back up to temperature. Excellent. I've even gone so far as taking that same pork roast or beef roast, and when there's a lot left over, instead of having leftovers, rice and gravy and everything again, I'll buy the big tortillas and make like these savory burritos out of like a regular just roast. It's not seasoned for like Mexican food, but it doesn't matter. It's just.
What do you use? Like your own like blending of spices, or do you go out and buy? Because this is not a plug, but Flavor God.
Flavor God.
I've been buying their stuff because they have like Mexican spice, and it's like all the things you need to make fajitas or whatever. They have they have a garlic lovers one that I soak everything in. But I wanted to do. They have a Greek one that I wanted to try out, and I wanted to do venison gyros.
That sounds good.
Like with the ground meat. Because it's ground meat, and then you cook it like in sheets and then cut it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've made it before with lamb, and I was like, man, this is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it'd be fun to play with on venison.
Yeah, it would be fun. So I should experiment more with seasonings. The way I was raised, it's just how we cooked. We don't use any seasoning. No, I'm kidding.
It's like I'm not surprised.
We use Tony Chachere's for everything.
Yeah.
So it's a Cajun or Creole seasoning, and you
I have it.
You use however much salt you would use. That's how much you're supposed to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use that on popcorn.
If I do a roast, I will take a thin knife and I will stab holes throughout the roast and shove cloves of garlic. Into those parts, and then I will rub the whole thing down with olive oil and sprinkle Tony Chachere's all over it, and then I will brown that in a pan until you think it's burning on each side. Really nice crust, and then it leaves a bunch of shit on the bottom. Right, and then you deglaze that a little bit at a time with some water, and that's the base for your gravy later. You put the roast back in and cook it in that. But man, it works good for me.
I'm down for that. And that's 2 plugs in one day for James here. But the Duke's mayonnaise trick.
Oh, for steak?
Yeah,
I still have not tried that.
I haven't tried either, but I have Duke's mayonnaise. Well, I mean, I have done it before, but I haven't done it in a long time. I actually forgot about it. But I was wondering about that. And for those that don't know, you take how restaurants do it. You cook the steak till it's ready. Then you Duke's mayonnaise. Both sides has to be Duke's apparently. And then you sear it, like burn the mayonnaise, and it creates like this nice crust, like the oils and the mayonnaise.
Wild.
Yeah. Every time I tell that story to somebody, I get interrupted and told how much they don't like mayonnaise. And I'm sure like somebody listening right now is like, oh, that would have been me. But I understand. Not everybody likes mayonnaise. It doesn't add the mayonnaise flavor. It's the oils in it. But anyway, I think it'd be cool to do that with just like soak an entire tenderloin.
Oh, yeah.
And then just like maybe even let it marinate in mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And then throw it in. Because I'll use ranch for marinating chicken, like pretty often. I'll just squirt some ranch in a bag with chicken breast, throw it in the fridge.
How do you cook that chicken?
Like in the skillet or on the grill.
Really? It doesn't, the ranch doesn't like burn or seems like it would be weird.
Mm-mm. I also have a dry rub that's from Trader Joe's, and it's coffee. It's like barbecue coffee or something.
Yeah.
Don't know. But as a blackened chicken, really good as well.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
We need to solicit from our Patreon and any listeners or watchers on the tube of you.
Mm-hmm.
What are your favorite like rubs? What are some recipes, some ways that you like to cook venison? And we'll gather 2 or 3 that we like, think sounds good, and we'll make a video. We'll try them all and we'll taste them and we'll see how they go. We'll just hang out and drink some whiskey around a grill and try them out, or the kitchen, wherever. Me
twice to do that.
That sounds like fun.
So random fact, and then I want to get into the happiness.
Yeah,
bottle.
let's do it.
So you did the random fact this week.
Oh, the random fact. All right. Vacuum cleaners were originally horse-drawn.
Which I'm trying to figure out how that would.
So it says one of the earliest known vacuum cleaners was so large that it had to be hauled from house to house.
I thought it was horse powered.
No.
No, like, that's a horse.
It was pulled up. It was pulled by a horse.
Yeah,
So it was hauled from house to house via a horse-drawn carriage. Its giant hoses were popped through the windows and doors of customers, and a gas-powered motor generated the suction that pulled the dirt and debris into a glass container where onlookers could gawk at the volume of filth coming from their neighbors' homes.
Wow.
I can just imagine, guys sitting around having a pour. And did you see how dirty Tom's house was? Well, we knew what he was getting when he married that one, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? If you get your carpet steam clean, like Stanley Steamer shows up.
Yeah, not too much different.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Like, I think back sometimes to what it would be like to live in those times, and
I think I'd miss air conditioning, but if you didn't know about air conditioning, you wouldn't miss it. But I think we would have all been a lot happier back then.
The things were just simpler.
Yeah. Not a lot to worry about.
If it sucked, things sucked.
Yeah.
But you didn't have nice things to compare it to, so
it
was
just life.
Yeah.
Like, it could turn out that the life now sucks. Like 50 years from now, people are like, could you imagine having to live back then?
Yeah, can you imagine?
Back when the media was in charge.
Oh, we said it.
So, for our 50th birthday episode. Yeah, everything's checked. Check. We're done. All right, 50th. Got something a little special here. So, I was at a liquor store here in town, and we were talking about allocations, and the guy was basically, I don't know if he's telling the truth or just shooting, they're salesmen, so they don't want to say, no, we can't get you this or whatever, but they were talking and discussing how many of what things come into town. Don't know, but we normally don't open bottles like this because it's not easily accessible, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many that come to each town.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Total Wine got a case, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. And I've been checking, like, secondary pages, whatever. So I was informed by the neighbor. I had just gotten home, and he was like, he texted me and said, let's go to Total Wine. I was like, I just got home from Gibby's. I'm not going to Total Wine. And he's like, you're going to want to go. And he sent me a picture of this year's Master's Keep.
No shit.
So this is the Wild Turkey Master's Keep. This is this year's, and they have joined the toasted realm, which I'm not excited about. I have done myself a favor and have not looked up really anything on Master's Keep. This year's, I haven't watched any reviews. I don't know anything.
Okay.
But yeah, and so that's all I have to say. But for our 50th episode, we're going to pop this bad boy and talk about it a little bit. So this is I'm just going to read the front. 2 legacies harmonized into one. So it's picked by master distiller Eddie Russell, which signed the front. And it's basically, it's the taste of a father and son deal. So one of them liked the 9-year, one of them liked the 14-year. So Eddie picked the 14 and a blended it together, and then they put them in toasted and charred oak barrels for a second maturation period, and this is what came out.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So this is batch number 1, Rick House. There's no way that's a 6. It's a G. So, on the inside.
I like how you moved your head to get the sound effect in the microphone.
Yeah. So on the inside, I whiskey is truly greater than the sum of its parts. One is Master Distiller Eddie Russell's tribute to the distinct tastes of father and son, artfully blending bourbon ages and character into one harmonious expression of boldness and balance. So this was in Rick House Tyrone G.
What?
Tyrone G. Okay. Which, if you don't know, Tyrone is the name of the city in which the distillery is located. A lot of people say Lawrenceburg, but it's actually kind of like right outside Lawrenceburg. But it's in Tyrone. So this is Warehouse G in Tyrone. And it's a beautiful box. And it's this year's expression of Master's Keep. So it's toasted. And that's like, a lot of people have been doing this toasted thing this year, blah, blah, etc. And I haven't really been a huge fan of most of it. But whatever. We'll see how this one is. And then Warehouse G is also their favorite warehouse, which is cool to know. But it's a pretty cool bottle. So on the front, it's just a wild turkey. It says crafted with conviction, Kentucky straight bourbon, and then this is called the one. So this is but this is the bottle. It's pretty. Has an embossed wild turkey on the glass. Is embossed the word?
I guess. I don't know. So I just for the listeners and viewers, I was not really thinking. I was really thinking about this and got excited. I just shot that Knob Creek. Do not recommend.
Oh, I
it
forgot
tastes
that was in
good,
there.
But
yeah, the Knob Creek. I like the Knob Creek. It's pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah, we'll put this away. Put that back on the shelf A.
On the shelf. Thanks, Rocco.
Yes, thank you, Rocco. All right, so I'm going to get us 2 fresh glasses here. All the noise. And this will be a dual pop episode, huh?
We haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah, so this is a 2 dose pop. Desk pop? All right, so let's see what this thing sounds like. This is a real cork. Dual pop. Hey,
2 solid pops in one episode.
Yeah.
It's got a hefty.
It's heavy. It's heavy. It's got like it's kind of brass, and it has engraved in the top Wild Turkey Master's Keep, and it's some kind of wood. It might be some kind of barrel wood, maybe.
That'd be cool.
It doesn't really look like barrel wood to me, but it could be. Might be something to look up and figure out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with these, I'm actually going to pour them and let them sit.
What does that bottle remind you of?
I don't know.
Doesn't remind you of another whiskey?
Yeah, I guess it does. But I can't remember what.
It reminds me of Old Elk.
Oh, yeah, it is pretty similar in shape, huh? Maybe. Do we have an Old Elk bottle?
I don't. Yeah, right behind there. Yeah, it's a little fatter, maybe. Careful.
Yeah, they're similar. Not really, but they're close. I mean, they're closer together than like these 2 bottles. Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Sorry, it just reminded me of that.
No, yeah, it does. Yeah, it's definitely not the same bottle, but it's close. It is a reminded of.
So, what is it about the toasted oak finish that you don't care for?
That's a good question, Gus. I don't know for sure if it's. I don't know for sure if it's because it imparts all those marshmallow, the s'mores flavors that I'm just not a fan of. If it was s'mores with chocolate heavy, we would be fans.
I see.
But it seems to be more of a fruit palette than anything, and I just don't like. I don't like strawberries on my.
Yeah,
on my marshmallows.
Got it. Yeah.
But that's the only thing. That's why I wasn't super excited. But I'm hoping that this isn't super strong toasted marshmallow. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't read any reviews on it, but
it's a cool bottle, cool packaging.
Yeah, it's a cool bottle. So Wild Turkey.
What do you know about Wild Turkey, Matt?
A little bit. Wild Turkey has always been like one of my favorites, but it was one of those things like, in high school when you drank Jaeger, now like you don't like Jaeger. It took me a long time to come back to it because Wild Turkey was what Alvin's dad had.
Okay.
So it was either Wild Turkey 101 or Morgan's.
Okay.
Captain Morgan's rum. And so the rum thing, we used to mix with Mountain Dew pretty good. But the Wild Turkey, his dad would notice if that much was gone. So we had to like quick nips.
Take
pulls.
little pulls of it, yeah.
So you had to be fast about it, run up there and do it. And just doing that over time. And then when it came to someone could get us whiskey, it's like, what do you want? Wild Turkey. Because I don't think that's the only brand
That's
I
what
knew.
you knew, right? Yeah.
So I've had handshakes with the devil with the Wild Turkey is the point. And there's just, those days of learning how to drink weren't very kind to me.
Sure.
Lots of mistakes.
As it is for a lot of us.
Yeah, lots of mistakes. So, but I try not to talk about it a lot because it's one of those things that I kind of wanted to keep. We're very open about everything that we do with whiskey and the Wild Turkey stuff. I've been kind of keeping it to myself. Like this is something I'm exploring and trying everything from, and I've learned a lot about it. And I've learned a lot about the warehouses and the flavors that each one imparts. And it's pretty crazy how well documented everything from Wild Turkey is in comparison to other distilleries.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can almost, if you look at a bottle of a Russell's Pick, and it says what warehouse it is, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to taste like what these notes say about the warehouse. Like it's
really.
So you can look at it and go, I'm not a huge fan of this warehouse over that one. So you go and look at it, and it's like this is a gamble because there's times that I've bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really care for them. And then there's times that I bought them, I'm like, this might be the best store pick I've ever had. Like for instance, we hang on Caleb's picks a lot, but his last pick was a really good one. But one of the problems with the Master's Keep for me in the past has been, I don't think they're worth the money, And so I've tasted them, but this is the first one I've ever actually bought. And I really only bought it because I was told about it and it was an opportunity to do it. And I knew we had our 50th episode today, so I bought it yesterday. So that was kind of the main reason. But I also just got an old bottle of a 2001 Wild Turkey 101. Yeah. Which we're going to do an episode on how to open old dusty turkeys without breaking the cork. We're going to show you how to do it. And then hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. About a 50% chance. But it's actually probably less than that. But yeah, so... But yeah, so as this thing has been opening up and kind of just doing its thing, that's the thing. I really like Wild Turkey. I like a lot of stuff from it. Almost everything from Wild Turkey I like, and I like the fact that you can just go buy 101 on the shelf. It's everywhere. Yeah, and it's good flavor. Yeah, Wild Turkey 101 is definitely one of those. If you made me sit down and make a list of, hey, I need 5 or I need 10 whiskeys to keep on my shelf all the time. Yep. That are good representatives of a various range, like Wild Turkey 101 is definitely in that. And we always leave it off our list intentionally, but there's several that we leave off all the time. Yeah, there are. I think it's because it's like cliche-ish almost. It is kind of cliche, but there's a reason that they're that popular. They're just solid, right down the middle, good bourbons. Another cool one is it was the Rippey family. So Tyrone, Kentucky, it was named after Tyrone County in Ireland, where the Rippey family was from, immigrated here, and they started a distillery where they just sold private label whiskey. They made whiskey and they would give it out. So this guy bought a entire barrel, took it on a turkey hunting trip, and then everybody loved it. So when it came time for the next trip, they were like, bring some of that bourbon that you brought from the Wild Turkey trip, that Wild Turkey bourbon. Yep. And so that Rippey family started calling it Wild Turkey, and then it became its own brand, Wild Turkey. And that story has been told a couple of different ways, and I've listened to several people. Most of the time, the story goes that the founder of Wild Turkey started it and claimed the name, but I think the actual truth was that this distillery started calling that line of their bourbon Wild Turkey, and then it branched off into its own thing. Yeah. But neither here nor there. They're a huge company now. So this is a plenty of time to air out. I wanted it to air out because it's only fair when doing something like this in order to get into the flavors. I don't have a set time limit that I want to do it, but around 10 minutes. So let's see how we get on the nose here. Lots of fruit. It has some apple to it as well.
Yeah, I got apple, caramel. Obviously, it's kind of a butterscotch.
Yeah, I get some butterscotch. It's very fruity, though. There's a lot of different fruits I'm picking up on that. Like summer fruits almost, like seasonal freshness.
Yeah, it reminds me of a, it's going to sound super lame, but this is so lame. But you ever been at a party and they have like a fruit tray with caramel dip in the middle?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like an assortment of like apples and other stuff, and you dip in the caramel. That's what it reminds me of.
That's a good reminder. I can get down with that. It's funny because both nostriling it and going in deep, it's more apple. But on the top, it's more of, as you said, that fruit tray. So for Tyrone G, this does not, to me, I only have one other bottle of G, Warehouse G, and it doesn't really smell like this. But overall, I'm not going to be super blown away, but I do like the fruit. It's a very good fruit smell. It's fruit forward, and I enjoy that. I expected a little bit more, I don't know, 14 year.
You expected more of the tanniny, the oaky smell.
Some of the hard
notes to come through.
flavors. Yeah.
Well, they may come through on the
Let's find out.
taste.
Let's find out. Hey, cheers to episode 50.
Cheers to episode 50, man. And thank you guys for being here.
For sure.
Whether you've been here since episode 1 or you just joined us, we appreciate you.
Yep. We wouldn't keep doing it without you. So you're definitely the reason we continue. Okay.
Now go join Patreon, please.
Yeah.
So we can give you cool stuff and we can collaborate on cooler stuff.
Yeah, it'll get wild eventually. Takes time. It's got a pretty good hug to it there.
I swallowed that wrong.
Yeah. On the exhale, I get some of that kind of that baking spice, but it's still very fruity to me. It's almost got an orange.
Like orange zest, orange peel.
Second sip there, like a orange. I hate it when people get this nerdy about it, but almost like an orange marmalade. Like, you know how they have the chocolate on the outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a chocolate dipped orange from an edible arrangement.
I've never had that.
Yeah. What?
No. They always look so pretty. I was like, I don't want to buy that and then eat it.
I'm gonna send you and Annie one for the
That would be
holidays or something.
sick. I would enjoy that. She doesn't like dark chocolate. She doesn't like chocolate.
Along with one of those
white chocolate. Get white chocolate. Don't get black.
I'm gonna get a big one of those big white chocolate dicks you can mail people.
Okay. Is there cake in the middle? It's all chocolate.
It's all chocolate.
They sell those at the pleasure stores.
You got to order them online. It's like chocolatedick.com, I think.
Really?
I swear to God.
Plug of the week.
That's what it should have been.
I was going to say they sell it at the fantasy store on Ashley Phosphate. What's the place called? I hear commercials for it.
Oh, the one that's on where's that? I used to have to stop by it all the time.
Sure you did.
It's on the Palmetto Commerce Parkway. It's on the corner of Ashley Phosphate. And when I would drive when I lived in Westcott, I don't
remember what the store's called.
I don't either.
Either way. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of fruit. I don't get as much as that caramel stuff that I would want. And the toasted thing, I can't really tell that it's a toasted bourbon.
All those flavors that you hear.
All the flavors that I don't like associated with toasted, I'm not getting any of those. But that could be, I don't know, it's just strange because there's not a lot of oak flavors. It does smell fantastic, though. I'll say this. If this was a Russell's pick, I would be trying to show it to people and making them taste it.
But because it's
Master's Keep, this is just going to sit on the top shelf. And somebody comes over and they're like, I've never had that. You can have some of this one. But I don't think I'll ever pull this out and be like, you're just going to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is very good. I'm not saying that it's not good. But the scarcity of the bottle and the fact that it's $200.
The hype just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the hype. I think it's just not I don't know. I think if I saved up all year and this was the bottle that I bought, I'd be a little
disappointed.
Yeah. But that being said, I mean, taste is subjective, so it could be delicious. I'd be interested to see what Rare Bird 101, what he said about it. I think that's what he's called, right?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure. He's got his own website where he reviews like all things wild turkey.
Oh, yeah.
That's where, like, if you get old dusty turkeys, his website's where you go to find out what year it is. He's got like the laser code calculator and stuff on it.
Oh, weird.
I'm sure he's done one of these by now.
Probably.
Go check it out. Read it. Maybe.
I'm more fascinated, to be honest with you, with the magnetic lid.
The lid is sick. When I was taking pictures of it yesterday,
Yeah.
I was really having a good time with playing with the lid.
Yeah. Took me a minute to figure out where the contact point was. I'm super impressed.
The box is cool. I feel like they cheaped out a little bit on the insert here.
Yeah. Same.
Because I opened it. Well, I expected.
Like velvet.
Like, I mean, it doesn't come out right.
It's hollow. It's like plastic with a finish on top.
It's just like, where like the Johnny Walker Blue bottle, for instance, like they did a great job on that.
A lot of the nice scotches have really nice inserts where it's almost like it's a laser cut like foam. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really nice.
And we used to do a lot of reviews and stuff, and one of the things we used to say was like, if the packaging is nice, we're bringing it up. And so there's some reviews that we've done in the past where we brought up packaging, but this packaging, I'm not. The coolest thing about this is the magnet, but even then, it's an afterthought. I'm pretty sure they just glued this magnetic thing.
Well, the magnets are. It's up here.
It is, huh?
It's only one spot. That's what I was testing earlier.
It's up there.
That's the last point to give. It's just this one spot up here.
Yeah. Oh, I can see the magnet.
You can see it with the metal part there, and then it's got an inlay right there.
Fascinating. I thought it was clipping onto here, but clearly not.
I think they put some thought into that, but
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, it's cooler than. I wonder how much this box costs. Is my point. Like if we didn't have the box,
how much is just the bottle?
Yeah. So if we didn't have the box,
keep the box.
Yeah.
Wild turkey. I just want the bottle.
Yeah, let's bring this price down a little bit, and then it wouldn't be so. Yeah. So I don't know. I would recommend if you have one of these bottles and you're considering selling or keeping or trading, I would probably sell, keep, or trade. Yeah, sell or trade. Yeah. I don't think you'll be. I mean, unless you've never had, if you don't have a lot of experience with whiskey and stuff, then this might be the best thing you've ever tasted. I'm just being picky.
But this again is another example of a whiskey that for the price point, you could go get 4 other solid $40 to $50 whiskeys.
For sure. You can get a couple Russell's picks that are probably similar.
Yeah.
So it's apricot now and pear.
Maybe that's some of the things I was getting with the fruit on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure I know what apricot smells like, but it sounds right.
Like
it feels right.
Like dried apricot?
I don't know this one, but pear for sure. I'm getting pear. Pear has like a very hint, like a faint smell to it,
Has a faint taste to it too. There's not much there.
There's not much there. It is good though.
It's all right.
I used to eat a lot of pears. I don't eat them anymore.
A lot of stuff I ate as a kid. I don't eat anymore.
Remember when they had the pears and the Dole things, and every once in a while there was a cherry in it?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. You know what's fun about having kids is you get little reminders of shit
that you forgot about.
My little girl brought into me today. She thought it was the coolest thing. Like she thought she discovered something. She was going to tell me about it. She brought me a pack of Gushers.
Whoa.
I was like, sit down, little lady. Let me tell you something.
You ever heard of sour Gushers?
These here, this little pack of 4, used to be a pack of like 15.
Yeah, there used to actually be Gushers in there.
I don't know what this shit is.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm bringing you up in this world.
Yeah, it sucks that you get robbed on everything, and it costs the same, but you get less.
Yeah, and you know what else I noticed today? She wanted a Nutri-Grain bar. First, I'm kids and snacks. I'm not going to get started. She wanted a Nutri-Grain bar. You ever had one?
Yeah.
Can you describe it to me? Like what it was like on the outside at all?
Yeah, like granola on the outside and then like strawberry filling on the inside.
Right, but yes, and then on the top, like...
Yeah, like oats.
Yeah, like little flaky oats. Yeah. Not anymore.
No?
The little flaky oats things that were on top, gone.
Gone?
Yeah, it's just like a flat, smooth bread. It's like they slowly just like...
Like something out of Snowpiercer?
I guess they just got rid of the oats off the top. I took it off fully expecting to be like a mess, so I took it out over the sink. There's nothing. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah. Everything is robbed now.
Yeah. It's smaller. Like everything's just... Everything's more expensive. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't either. And with that, I think we're done.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us on this episode. We appreciate it. Please check us out on all of our things. Follow and like and subscribe on all the stuff. And I hope you have a merry holiday Christmas Kwanzaa.
I hope you have a merry and a happy Chris Mahana Kwanzaa.
Yes. We'll have another episode coming out before that, but
Yeah, are we planning on taking any breaks? Do we have a reason to?
I don't think so.
I am going to be going out of town a couple weekends. I forgot.
Okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, till then,
Figure it out.
hit that red button.